iRacing.
All right, folks, here we go. We got a good one tonight here, Las Vegas. That's what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. We got a big race tonight for the Spartan Simracing League here. And, hey, look, tonight's kind of your favorite NFL team. And my favorite one won today, so I'm happy about that. But, Wes, Las Vegas, big track.
Big track, typical cookie cutter style track, intermediate mile and a half. I'm seeing here is multiple lanes. I've seen guys on the top, guys down low, guys in the middle. So might have some good three-wide racing.
I think so, and another thing, a lot of these races come down, fuel mileage, kind of saving, et cetera, et cetera. You don't see a lot of cautions here. Hopefully that's the case. Guys are kind of respectful. A little bit different, from, this being an open setup style series as opposed to being fixed. So you're going to see a lot more of how these guys have their cars set up and who's better on the long run, who's better on the short run. I would much rather be better on a kind of medium long run here, and then maybe adjust if kind of starts to have a lot of caution. But that's how I would maybe try to kind of approach a track like this.
Yeah, I'm always lenient towards the long run. I'd rather struggle at first than be able to crawl my way back towards the end. So I'm kind of feeling the same way.
And again, typically like with Las Vegas, there's a lot of room here. It's not a very, and lack of a better word, difficult track. to supposedly get around. Like you just said earlier, it's a typical cookie cutter style track, nonetheless. So, you know, you got the grooves to go high, low, middle, whatnot. Very momentum style based track.
Yeah, you don't want to be slipping and sliding. Let's say if you like slide maybe for like 10, 15, 20 feet, you might lose probably around 3 places or so, I would think. You definitely don't want to be up in the wall for sure either. That's going to slow your car way down.
I'm sorry, chuckle, man.
No, you're good.
While you were saying, I was just noticed Sanchez's car out there, and that's just ironic that they lost. I mean, sorry, Mark. Sorry, man.
With all the drivers, but I will say, go Carolina.
Yeah, sorry, Mark, man. Oh yeah, but, you know. But nonetheless, yeah, today, I mean, hey, look, pick your favorite team and whatnot. I mean, look through some of the drivers out here, and you're right. This track is going to be. I look at this place as, you know, they can get spread out. You know, you're more so, you know, early on. Obviously, it's going to be some great races. Now, I've not done too many races where open setups were a thing. Most of the time with the fixed setups, you know, you have some great racing at the beginning, and all of a sudden, the more the laps go on, the more they start getting single file. Not quite sure how that's going to play out here with the open style setups where you're able to make your own stuff. I will say kind of about the same if you look at maybe like how the real racing.
Yeah, I want to see it kind of how the real racing is as well. That honestly have that pulled up to the TV by the side. Thankfully, my mic ain't picking it up, but get yourself a little spread out, keep your momentum up, maybe make some passes. It's going to be on the restarts where you're going to see a lot of people being aggressive trying to get that track position early as well.
Got to, because passing is going to be at a premium and track position is going to be what you want tonight. Well, let's look through the field. We got Sumter going to be the man on pole. We got Prohl sitting right there behind him. Vincent sitting up in third. Omacheski starting there in fourth. And fifth place, we got Hammonds. Sixth place starting in the Phillips. We got Tucker starting in seventh. Binder there in eighth. Mark Sanchez there in ninth. And PB Henry, starting in 10th. We got Matt Wilson there in 11th. Greg Carr starting in the 12th spot here. 13th, we got Jenningsman starting right there in 13th. And Mitchell starting in the 14th. Atkins starting 15th. We got, you said Alphen, right?
Alphen.
All right, starting 16th. We got Jurgensen right there starting 17th. Gilroy in 18th. Ockford, he's starting in 19th. Holloman in the 20th. Art starting in the 21st. 22nd, we got Nicotera. 23rd place, we got
Jose Medina.
Jose Medina. All right, 23rd, Chad Kibbe. Jared Feltman starting 24th. We got Hyatt 25th. Gerlatch there in 26th. Windsor starting in 27th. Gruxmacher. Hey, look, I can't get the German accent down, but he started at 28. Bowles right there at 29th. Latham in 30th. We got Jones at 31st. Hendry 32nd. Gardner at 33rd. Maine starting back at 34th. We got O'Clore there in 35th. Swan at 36th. Zozek starting 37th. And Westwood, he's in 38th. A couple other machines there in the back. But, man, what a field. Let's have 41 cars out here. 39 right now showing. Oh, 40.
I mean, what a field indeed. It's going to be a large one. It's going to be a fun one, I hope.
Well,
I'm just ready to see this restart. Or this start, rather.
And you mentioned it, Wes. You know, you got to be aggressive on the start there. And then one of the main reasons is because I think track position is going to trump anything else here tonight. We've seen it a lot. You know, it's Auto Club, Las Vegas, a lot of these tracks like this. So you've got to get a lot, like you said, on the start. And you can get left behind real quick if you don't. Cars in, going green. Sumter and Company up front. Proles there with them. 2x2 race.
Green flag.
Green flag. We're racing here at Las Vegas.
It's a great start on the outside as well. Inside, maybe spun his tires. He also did have third place right on his rear. Might have lifted it up.
Now, who knows? A lot of these guys have a little different. Might have like the pull a little down, one a little more, less downforce on these cars. Who knows how they have them set up? We'll have to see who's got the better car here. Right now, Sumter's out front. Everybody's just taking it easy. You see side by side. Back here along about, 7th, 8th, 9th place spots. You got still 2x2 racing.
Yeah, and already seeing the field spread out just a little bit. Looking right now, bottom line's where you want to be. You can run it around the outside there. As you can see, the 11 kind of keeps his spot there, maybe making up a spot. But not the 11. 13.
13, yeah, then Mark Sanchez right there along with him. A little bit high going up there, almost 3 wide. You saw it in the back. Hang on to it there. Meanwhile, let's see, Sumter's on single file up top. He's able to get it. So most of your side-by-sides happening around about, on back spot here. Big car there. Ginningsman, my bad. I'm still on Ginningsman.
It is Ginningsman.
Oh, it is? Okay, yeah.
Ted Ginn.
All right, Ginningsman. And then I was saying it right. All right, cool. Alpin right there behind him. Holloman. Gilroy. But yeah, they're side by side.
And even though they're side by side, they're still nice and orderly, giving each other plenty of space. They're not on top of each other. I don't see any cars really loose quite yet.
No. And this track here is kind of you've got some grip to it. Not quite sure what we'll see if they do, start loosening up. And again, it's a tire skip, worn down, so forth. We'll have to see what these guys can make adjustments on. I mean, and there's a ton of adjustments, unlike a fixed setup where basically about the only thing you do is brake bias and maybe change the wheel ratio. Here, I mean, you've just got a ton of everything you need. The shocks, the spoilers, the tire pressures will be the biggest thing. When you hear that in real racing, that's one of the main ones there that you change most of.
You start with your tire pressures. If tire pressure doesn't fix it, that's when you typically go to the wedge or the track bar. Oh. But tire pressure is the main one. It can definitely swing a car if you don't have it right. If you're already tight and you mess it up, you could get tighter.
Well, looks like a carbon fiber.
Just a little bit. I was looking at that before the race started as well. It's carbon fiber, or honestly looks a bit like a steel grate.
Sit up there. Right behind him here, you got the battle for second place. Two machines, man. So get the Vikings and the 49er fans out here. Got Vincent and Prohl. Guys are going to go after each other. Side by side. Looks like the man on the inside there, Vincent, got a little bit tight coming out of the turn. Kind of easy to do with this track.
Yeah, especially if you're underneath the car is when you typically get the most tight. If you're above, it's when you tend to get loose, I feel.
Oh. Now still side by side. It's about for second. Man behind him right there, Hammonds. He's just waiting in the wings. He's just looking. And it just shows you how tough it is to pass here. You might be faster than another car, and I've talked about this many times here, Wesley, of what it takes just to go blowing by a car, time-wise, that is. On a track like this, you're going to have to be at least a tenth and a half to 2/10 faster, just to get up to him and pass him. Here, you're a tenth or so less. Yeah, you're going to pass him, but it's going to take you several laps to get it done. Oh, right there, man. Prohl was able to hold off on Vincent.
Yeah, it wasn't. He's stretched the gap out a little bit. The 33 looks like it's got a little bit better middle corner speed than the 80, though.
And now everybody goes single file. Hammond's right there with it with Tucker. Everybody looking at some of the cars here. This is an NFL team week here, folks, man. The guys showing off their favorite team. Not even tell you what that says on the side of that one. PG-13.
Yellow flag.
Can't believe he's got that one out there. But anyway, caution on the track. Yeah. Oh. No. Remy. Sit here. All right, let's go back and watch it. Diego in that 6 machine, y'all. Rolling right now.
The inside right there of Colton Gardner, I think.
Loose? Yep, he got loose. I think he came around on him. Overcorrected. Probably had it saved. He wouldn't have to overcorrect there. Clean. Alright. Back up here. Awesome. We saw this a couple weeks ago. Cars getting loose, and I know it was kind of driving what's his name crazy out there, the admins and whatnot. You really, in an open setup, tighten the car up. You know, if it's that loose, tighten it up. I mean, it's really that simple. Or back the turns up. I mean, that's all it is. I mean, it's back the turn up, and then right there he's coming out of the turn. Obviously, that's more throttle control. I mean, those are the only things you can do as a driver.
Right there where he spun as well, it's the entrance to pit road, so the white line that shows the apron's not there. Might have just gotten a tire onto what would have been the apron, and it just unsettled his car. But then, like you said as well, when he looked like he had it saved, and then maybe overcorrected, but then he also hit that transition, which widely upsets the car as well.
Yeah, and these cars are, you know, they're the next gen cars. They're unique. I don't know if you watched. I watched a video the other day. It was kind of fun. It was one of the GT3 cars, and it was a wreck, and it showed it was a BMW. He actually climbed up over top of the one car and put them both into the fire barrier, and then the BMW, actually the one that went up on top, actually kept driving. He actually was able just to drive off. I was like, wow. But what I'm getting at here is and the same with these cars is, when these cars wreck, they almost look like Matchbox cars. They don't come apart. They like bounce around. But that brings me back to what you just said. That means that these cars are so stiff that any transition, like going off on there or a bump, like you said, off the track, can very well upset them, because there is no flex in the body or chassis, which is good for road racing. Not so good, I don't think, for oval. And that conversation has came up with a lot with these next-gen cars. Is these cars are not very good for oval, but very, very good for road racing. It's hard to make one for both. I mean, you know, it's hard to make a car great for both.
Yeah. And I also got a correction. There is no track bar with these cars, so
okay.
That's not something they can change if they need to get their car tighter.
So now that's a change too, and that's another, because, well, and I think maybe some of it is now that they run independent suspension on all four or in the rear now, because I'm not. And correct me if I'm wrong, because I could be out of date on the tech. You know, back then it was all, you know, they had a straight axle across the way. I think we had like a 4-link or something like that. Blah blah blah. Like you said, they could do track bars and all that. Things have changed so much now, and that takes me back to this car is built more for a road race, which that argument's been up for since the car came out. So. Some fans out there too. Spartan out there. They know track bar. Yeah, tell them, Spartan. Pace trucks in. There we go. That's all right. Pace trucks in. Sumter Company up front. It's set to go back green here tonight.
Green flag.
Green flag. Well, Spartan out there, since you're listening, correct me if I'm wrong on then, if they have no track bar, what is the adjustment that they do make? Now, I know wedge and stuff, they could tighten it up somehow in the back. But would it be, do they have full coilover springs and full coilovers now in the front and rear, as opposed to maybe it would have been a single, you know, axle and whatnot back then with the link and all that stuff. Like I say, advancement. Everybody back single file so far.
independent rear suspension is what I'm looking at right now.
That's what I was thinking. That whoa, car around on the back deck there. That's Cole Macheski. No, it wasn't. It was actually that was Pro. He actually saved it, man. That punched up the field too, and
he put it to save it.
Oh,
there's another one loose in the wrecking.
Oh, that's gonna call the big one. What was that though? Oh, Macheski. Had to dissect too. Let's like that. We'll go back here and we know it wasn't him because he's way back in the back. Cole Macheski's up front. It started in front of Cole Macheski. We'll start with him. Kind of see if we can't. He right there. Pro got loose. That bunched the field up. 4 wide. Got loose. Yeah, Cole Macheski got loose. And from there, boom. Ouch.
Well, my wallet saved $200, but not happy. Hamlin just won it.
Who?
Hamlin. Hamlin won.
Well, I'm going to go on a limb and already said, don't want to get too far off track, but I'm going to say that they're going to let the championship or Chevy's going to win it because it's the last year of the Camaro. They're not going to let Ford win that championship 3 times in a row. It's not going to happen. Nope. That's NASCAR, and that's why I don't watch NASCAR much. I just the highlights and deck. Watching the Eagle Man go around there. That's Westwood. Got too much damage, but puts us under caution. And again, what we're seeing, cars getting loose, and we saw this the last race. And I got to go on a limb here, and maybe correct me if I'm wrong here, but you've got all the adjustments in the world on these cars because they're open setup. Fix it being loose. Don't try to make the car to where you can't drive it. You know? If you're having that kind of hard time, tighten that thing up.
You hear all the time about loose being fast, but it doesn't matter how fast you are if you're so loose you can't keep the car straight.
I agree with you there, Wes. I mean, you're right. I get it. You know, guys, you know, all right, y'all can shoot the announcer after this one. Sometimes the ego steps in of, I can drive a loose car, I can drive it sideways. Well, obviously, no, you can't. You know, we're seeing cautions out here. I mean, you got to have that fine line balance, I guess, is what we're saying. And, you know, you got to have the balance between loose and tight and make it fast. I mean, you got to have that balance. You know, we're like what you just said, Wesley, a perfect example. If you can't drive the car, and I'm not saying these guys can't drive their cars, but if you, even the best in the world, if that car's too loose, they're going to have trouble. I mean, we're what lap are we right now? We're on lap 18, so cold tires shouldn't be a real issue here. You know, the tires have had enough time to get up to a heat cycle. They go to a pretty good long green flag run. And as far as this track goes, Wesley, this is not really a known track for being very, very loose. You know, like a lot of guys on Fix Setup say it's a very tight style track. But hey, nonetheless, we'll see what happens here. Going back, get back green. Pace trucks in. Dump Turn Company up front. Come back green here at Las Vegas. And something brings a bit of green flag. Another good start, man. Side by side out here, too. And another thing, too.
A lot of Tucker I said there.
Another real quick here, Wes, is these cars might also be so aero sensitive, too. You got to adjust for that.
And typically with the aero, it's becomes aerotight. So you want your car to be a little bit looser. That way you can keep turning in traffic. But then there's going too loose.
Right, and that's if you're. That's a tough thing as far as you see a big battle going on back here. It's a really tough thing there, adjustment-wise, because if you're already running a loose car, it does get a little tight, and you're like, well, man, I don't want it that tight, and you loosen it up more. The problem is it's going to be even looser when it's not in that arrow that we're talking about, and then a lot of times that's when you send it around. So you've got to know when to adjust it, when not to adjust it, kind of balance it out just a little bit. I'd rather it be just a tad bit tight during that, loose when I'm not in the arrow. Obviously, when you're in a group like this right here, it's not a lot you can do. But if you're single file, typically like up front, yeah, there you go. You've got that perfect setup. Clean air, in other words.
Clean air is always the name of the game whenever you come to an intermediate track, just because it's a lot of follow the leader. There's a lot of dirty air going around. So setting up loose, not a bad thing. I don't know how to do custom setups. I've never looked at it. I've always ran a fixed setup whenever I do practice or a race. So don't know what that's like. But when I was running Vegas here, probably about 3 days or so, I was definitely tight.
Yeah, and that's the thing too. And I think what they try to do with the fixed setup.
The yellow flag is out.
Ooh, boils around.
That's
80 is
the
there.
80 as well.
Yeah, Justin, let's see what happened back here. Back here, around about 3 wide. Probably happened in front of him, so we'll watch and see. The car went slow a little bit. Wait. We got 72, got 2. That is. Better watch again and see what happened to him. Really trying to answer. Sometimes it don't trigger on SDK who actually wrecked. Also, I have to kind of. There, you see the 72 right there. It's inside. That was on the inside or the outside of it. I think I came down a little bit and got into it. That angle anyway. Otter might have said you clear. Not quite. All right, caution. Okay, caution's out, Sumter's up front.
It's been Sumter the whole way too. He's gotten good restarts. His car seems to love that bottom, which is what seems key for the early portion of a run. I want to see what this long run's going to bring. I want to know if his car is just made for that short or if he can carry it on for a long green flag as well.
Yeah, and we talked about it earlier, how we talked about how setting up the cars and so forth, maybe set up for a long run, some short run. Actually, right now, it would be great for a short run setup because with the cautions we've had. And again, I know old Dave out there, Spartan man, he's probably like pulling his hair out, going, guys, really. I'll leave that part to that. They have a tough job. I've done it once. Don't have a desire to want to. You never can make anybody.
Nope. It's either try to appease everybody or stick with your gut, and sometimes you stick with your gut and nobody's happy. I know that feeling all too well.
Oh, and that's, hey, I always tell her, look, how we might see a wreck up here. Not to be all end all of what it is going on in the track, kind of see what we see up here. Set to go back green. Sumter, right now we're seeing Sumter, man, dominating the race. Mitchell right there with him, and Vincent. And I don't know, you know, some guys prefer, you know, these cautions after cautions. They kind of like it. Some don't. I will say this though, the tires going through a heat cycle like this sometimes can offset their setups a little bit. We'll have to see. Sumter and whatnot. Let's go back green. I got a question to ask you. Back green. Dave out there watching. Pace truck's going to drop back on green here on pit road. Sumter's going to lead the field. Tight right there on the pace truck. Pace truck's in. Here we go. And restart.
Green flag, green flag.
Las Vegas style. Oh, where's he going?
Mitchell's going nope. Oh, watch out.
Yeah, that was close. Let's go back and watch that one more time. Maybe spun the tires on the start. Maybe had a little help. Kind of crazy. 33 car there, folks. Just spun it.
Yeah, there's just tires not wanting to go, I'd say.
Yeah, on gear maybe, something like that. Who knows? Okay, we were talking about that track bar earlier. These cars not having a track bar. So what are they? What's the dial inside the car that they're adjusting? Because I always thought that that was actually the track bar that they could adjust inside these. Now old school they couldn't, but I thought that was the track bar that they could adjust inside the car. You know what I'm talking about?
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I'm not exactly sure what it is.
Yeah, I'm curious. I'm about to be doing some research and all, but I always thought with you know, I know they can do brake bias and stuff, but you hear them sometimes say they're adjusting something in the car. And I always thought that was a track bar, but Spartan says they don't have it, so we're gonna go with that.
No, that's just, I'm looking at it right now. It says they've got 3. They got brake bias, coolant fans, and an alternator switches. So,
Okay. Well, I think, you know, it is brake bias. Rear heights or the pressure. Well, he just said the switches they had, so I have no clue what the rear heights or the pressure. Well, okay, you're talking about when they take the wrench and go into the window, the height and tires. Okay, I would say probably that. You know, we talked about that a couple weeks ago there, Wesley, what they're turning, because usually that wasn't that the track bar that they turn when they turn that wedge. So maybe that's the height now that they're turning low or high on the cars now.
The yellow flag is out.
yeah, I'm not 100% certain on all the aspects of the car. My dad's, I'll still ask him questions like, what are they doing? What are they running?
Well,
because he knows a lot more about this than I do.
You know, and again, I'm an old school guy. I know a lot about the old school. And I told you guys back there beating each other, I guess. And stop and have help. He just says, like, he just push them back. And
not a happy
push. Yeah, run over. From behind. But yeah, I mean, you know, folks, we're talking about, because it's interesting, and like I say, these guys here, they have a lot of adjustments that they can do to the car, and this car is way more advanced than what the old school cars did. It was simple back in the day. Throw a little wedge in it, and throw the track bar, like you said, on it. We're good to go. They were straight axle. You know, I think they still had a coilover on them, even with most of the cars, but it was still a straight axle. It wasn't full independent in the rear. And anybody out there that don't know the difference between straight axle and independent, basically, It says the same. Straight axle is axle, straight from one end to the other. Independent means it's broke up. The axle doesn't go. There's a center hub, and then the axle goes one side and one side the other. And it's anyway. Just look it up. That's why I get too technical on that one. But I will say this: one is better for handling purposes. The other one is better for more of a straight line style, putting speed to the ground or traction to. And you won't see a lot of drag cars run independent suspension. Let me say that. A lot of those are straight because you want the posi traction. You want both tires spinning. You want both tires turning the same time you go. And an independent, a lot of times that you can control that and only have power to one wheel, etc. Which is better suited for handling, which is better suited for, again, we go back to that conversation, road racing. Which is what I feel like NASCAR was ultimately trying to do with this car. And then that conversation has come up for years now. This car is not going anywhere. As much as people probably want it to, it's not. I think we've got too many road races on the schedule for it too. But there again, we'd love to see the old guys, man, those old cars manhandle those road courses. I don't have really too much against the car. I mean, some people do.
It's an interesting fact whenever you look between them. This car, I think what they're going to do with their next gen, because this is still called the next gen, is going to be a evolution of this, taking feedback from drivers, crews, hopefully fans, and some of the big names in the sport, and modify it. Put it that way. But I think this main body is going to stay.
Yeah. Here's to see what Chevy brings out, man. Actually, it's not going to be Chevy. It's going to be GM. They might as well just say it's GM, because Chevrolet does not have a car to bring out, unless they bring the Silverado out here. Chevrolet has no car left. It's like Ford. Ford really has no car left except for the Mustang. The Mustang ever went, and pretty much Ford would have to die before they let the Mustang go anywhere. But anyways, that's the only car they have, because if you look, all else they have is SUVs and trucks, and the same with Chevy. So it's a GM base. And the rumors are the Cadillac. But I did read the Post. There's some uproar a little bit in the community out there. Because, used to NASCAR was all about production style cars. You had to sell a certain amount, etc. They were talking about this is going to be kind of a hybrid style car that was built for NASCAR. It's been approved. So we'll have to see what it is when it comes out. Stay tuned there in the real life here. As we're getting set to go green. Pace truck's in. Salt drink company up front. Getting set to go green. Back at it here at Las Vegas.
Green.
Good jump by Sumter once again. Tucker's cleared for second if he moves down. Then side by side for third, fourth, fifth, sixth, even all clear as well.
Absolutely right there. Mitchell, like you said, with Henry, Hammonds, Carr, Holloman, he's back there too. Wilson. Good run there for the top 10 so far here. And we're talking a lot about the cars and stuff because the similarities of iRacing as opposed to real racing too, folks. There is quite a few similarities. I've always said it's the realest thing you get besides spending millions of dollars to go real racing. Battle back here around 11-10. Remember, he spun earlier. He was at 27 spots right there in 12th.
Yeah, and Remy always has a fast car, it seems, as well. I think I'm with you when I say tighten the car up, because he seems to always be loose. Though he is quick, he needs to be a little bit more controllable. Definitely puts on a show, though. I will give him that.
Oh, yeah, right now he's like I say, he's up 13, 26 spots. So trying to move through the field. And a good class going on back here, about mid-pack on 15th place spot. The 33 making moves in the middle there. Vincent.
I think Vincent's going to want to get to the front here. That's where he was until, and I still think it's that he just spun those tires on the restart and his car wasn't happy, but he's got the speed to be up there at the front. He'd want to get up there as soon as he can. Another one that would want to get up there, I'd want to say, is the 80.
Yeah. See that right now.
Might have been the 88, rather.
Oh, 88, okay. Roll, yeah, he's a lap down. He's back there in 37. There's 80 on the side. Yeah, it is 80. Right. Got a lot of damage on the front nose of that machine. That's going to hurt him in a track like this. I mean, cause like we was talking about earlier, Aero battle for second place here, too, with Mitchell and Tucker. Yeah, Aero will play a factor because draft is a factor at this track.
Mitchell sitting there in second right there. Tucker tucked up underneath, or not underneath, but right behind him.
Mitchell's a
to the inside.
He said Mitchell's had a good climb. He's up 12 spots there in second.
Right now, we've had a decent green flag run, I'd say. This is when I'd expect the cars to start migrating more towards the top. Eventually, it seems like the bottom you want to be towards for about the first 5 laps after the restart. Then slowly make your way up top, keep the momentum up because the tires might not have enough grip to keep it on the bottom.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one there. You got Devin Maines too, man. He's up 28 spots there in 7. Good truck and run for him with Holloman right behind him and Feltman. So those 3 machines right there have made headway up to the front.
I know we're talking about NFL week, and I know you're a fan of paint schemes. I love a good paint scheme as well.
Oh, yeah.
And Holman said this when he showed it off in the Discord chat. The Saints might not be doing good, but man, is that a beautiful car.
They won today. They did win today. Yeah. I don't mind the Saints unless they're taking on the Panthers, which is twice a year.
I'm with you as well, but I kind of ride with them. It's a more of an underdog story, which I tend to like.
Yeah. I mean, good looking, and he's up 11 spots there in 92, by the way. So a little spread out. Maybe we can get a
caution.
Well,
Yellow
never
flag.
mind. At caution. I was about to say maybe we get to go through the field here and kind of look at some of the cars, but. As I said it, caution. Oh, Alphen back here. Get into the Cowboys. About sums up what the Cowboys did today. They wrecked. Oh, I'm sorry, Mark. My bad. My bad, Mark. Wrong place, wrong time for good old Mark right there, though. Often looked like they got into each other with each other.
Kind of hard angle from that first one, but it looked like Alphen just carried on up the track off corner and not quite clear.
Let's get a better angle. We'll see. Well, rewind back here and see. Might get it when he comes out of the turn. Both of them, man, just one went low, one high. They just trying to take the same real estate, you know? One of them racing deals. That's a tough one. Pit stops.
Coming to get their first new set of the 4 they have on pit road. So there was a little bit of talk of that before the race, but the call to keep it 4, I like the strategy game. I want to see how they're going to use these 4 sets throughout the race.
All right. So the only one that didn't pit, PB Henry. Got a couple of, Phillips pitted at lap 32. Westwood there at 10. Gilroy, he pitted at 32. So a lot of different pit strategies out here.
Green, green, green.
All right, folks, we're back. Got that. All right, green flag. Let's see what PB can do out front here.
And he took off. That's what he did.
Yeah, he did. Well, he hasn't pitted yet either. But this just goes back to what I'm saying. This is so track position heavy that, not to say the guys in the back there might not be able to run him down, but it's going to take him a while to run him down.
I mean, not only that, but it's, as I was hitting on just a little while ago, it's a strategy call as well. They only got 4 sets of new tires on pit road.
Okay.
Having to have each set of tires, so that gives them 5 total, about 40 laps or so. So don't burn through them as fast as you can. I know it might be tempting. It's a caution. You go down, get new tires, but you'll quickly run through all those new sets, and then you got nothing.
Absolutely. Henry right now still out front. Phillips right there behind him. Phillips put it at lap 32. Westwood at lap 10. Gilroy at 32. So you can just kind of see how position heavy this track is. The other guys are a little faster in the back, but it shows you how long it takes them to get up there. The first one on a newer set is Sumter right here. He put it at lap 46. He's back here in 8th place spot. Trying to see if he can't make the way to the front. So I guess it's safe to say that the clean air is very dominant here. And yeah, Phillips and them will get around him. It's going to take him a minute.
It's going to take him a minute. It might be easy to catch the car in front, but it's not always easy to pass. You said you want probably about 1/10 and a half, 2/10 faster lap times to for sure have that pass be able to be completed.
And right now,
once
Phillips
you're right
is
up there behind them.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but and Phillips right now is about 1/10 and a half faster. And you can see it right here. Problem is, he's got Westwood right there with him.
Even then, it looks like Henry's sticking his ground in the middle. Westwood on the bottom. Not Westwood, but
Man,
Phillips was on the bottom. Westwood was up high. Still not able to get around the 25.
Yeah, this just shows you now they're able to get around him right there. They're able to just kind of overpower him in a turn. Here comes Hucker too along with him. So Henry
Tucker,
gives way.
he hasn't pitted.
Oh, we had Tucker, Mitchell, and Henry. Those three right there have yet to pit. Mitchell's right in the mix of it. So Tucker. Oh,
hold on there.
Is that Sumter? No, that's Mitchell. That shot in the back, didn't he?
Not sure what happened, but I was more impressed of Westwood just flying around the outside over there in the Philly car. Fly Eagles fly, I guess, even here on the track.
I can't find. Let's see what happened here. I'm a 67 machine. Had a good run. Got that apron just a little bit there. It's a car, but okay.
That could have been netcode, could have been self-spin, but
Weird.
little weird, and it also seemed like Phillips was a little slow on the track as well, right ahead of him. He might have hit the brakes to try not to run him over.
Tucker, like I said, at the pit, he's out front leading it there with Westwood right behind him. Hammond's there too.
Caution, yellow flag.
Caution out. Uh-oh. I know it's got to be a car. One of them. Denningsman, he's involved also. Let's watch some cars here and see. Rear end of him. Had it saved. Nope. Ricocheted off of it.
Unfortunate for Genningsman. Car had it saved. It looked like he might have still been sliding and then just tapped that right rear and shot him back up the track.
Wow. All right. Caution. Lap 56. What are we thinking so far? I still don't. Tucker don't come on pit road still. Might be benefiting him all these cautions too.
Touched on that earlier. Typically, people are happy for cautions. They get to save their stuff, save gas, save tire. But as you've mentioned, that with the heat cycles, your tires might not actually be happy with them and might lose performance with it.
Absolutely. Now, we go back to that conversation we were talking about earlier. I mean, if Tucker has his car maybe set up a little tight at the beginning and it's loosened up now, because obviously he hasn't pitted, that car's got to be getting loose or, freeing up a little bit. So he could be trying to tighten it up some now, also try to counteract the older tires and, like you said, heat cycles. A lot of variables.
There's always a lot of variables with racing. We're in Las Vegas, so sand on the track. I don't know if they actually made that realistic here with iRacing or not,
Sand
but you can have some sand on. You can have a little bit of sand dust on the track with Las Vegas, I've heard. I know it's extremely prevalent with Phoenix Motor Speedway. And it gets the cars a little bit slidey, but eventually it works its way up to the wall.
Oh. News to me. I didn't know that.
I've heard rumors of it. I'm not saying it's true or not. I think it might be. Not. I've heard it, so if that's a variable with it, not sure. But older tires with these heat cycles on it, you've got Westwood who has pitted right behind them. And then Sumter, he's not too far back. I think just sitting, where's he at? sitting back in 8th place right now. He's got the freshest tires the furthest ahead. But we've talked about track position, and
actually Maines has got the freshest. Well, no, you're right. Maines he only did a fuel stop, didn't he? Oh, okay. My bad. Technically, actually, wait a minute here. It looks like all those guys who put it on 45 didn't take tires.
Oh, you're right. I see
my
that
bad.
now times.
And that's probably the reason why Gilroy and Phillips are able to hold with them as green flag goes back. We're going to see the foul start here. But real quick, that's probably why Gilroy and Phillips are able to hold their own, because they did take tires at lap 32. And Westwood took tires at lap 10. Obviously, Joe Tucker and Hammond did not pitch yet. But, man, look out front right here to second place. Boy, you see Westwood and Hammond right now in Maines. But, yeah, I just had thought about that there. I'm noticing that, those guys did take tires, even though they pitted.
Yeah, you started looking, and you said that, and I started looking at times. You're right. The only one I see right now that might have took tires, but definitely been damaged during that lap 45 was Floor, I think.
Yeah, Gerlach had a 29-second at lap 45. Oh, yeah, Floor, he had a 29-second one. Then I'm going to do it. Looks like pretty much everybody just did. They could have took 2 tires, but I doubt it. Pretty much looks like fuel only on that run. That goes back to what you said, too. They've only got 4 sets of tires, trying to save them as much as they can. Right now, got a good battle going on here. Gilroy, Westwood. The 2 guys going at each other. As the top 3 Chinamen just check out here.
And Westwood definitely slipped back there. I mean, he looks like he's got 4th right now, but these guys right behind him are hounding him a little bit.
You got to give credit on Westwood. Remember, he got caught up in a wreck earlier on.
Caught up in a wreck, spun it, put it right there on the apron of the entry to pit lane.
Man, he's up here 36 spots. Holy cow. Sitting in 4th. Talk about hard charger.
Hard charger and a good clawback.
No doubt. Gilroy right there in 5th. Phillips right behind him. Sumter. Good little battle going on here. How well he can hold off these guys. I'm going to say there's the carbon fiber, man. Actually, it's kind of cool. We can see really good. Actually, I like what they did there. They actually took their team name and put it. Look at that. They did the TRW, I think that's what it is, isn't it? Ooh. Whoever did that pit stop. You should be able to see it. I got the right there on the hood. But look at it. Yeah, they put the TRW. Whoever did that paint job, I got to give hats off credit to them, boy. That's tedious work there.
That's some tedious work, but you know what? It looks amazing. And yeah, just TWR, TRW all the way across.
Yeah, that is cool. I like that, man. So they put their logo. I mean, that's, I'll go with it, Wes. I'm fascinated with paint jobs. And a lot of times when I see a paint job, what I look for in a very, very, I don't know the word I need to use, field style paint job, I guess, is how they float over the fenders and stuff. Because if you've ever made a paint job with the template, it separates the fenders and all. So you have to know how to line that stuff up to make it look like it's flowing over the fenders and what. Because a lot of times you can tell on paint jobs where they'll stop it right at the fender or the hood to the fender. But I like seeing those guys are able to blend in that and what. That takes a lot of time to get the battle right between something and Feltman. So that's kind of what I look at. Excuse me. When I look at a paint job, and evidently that you can see whoever did that. Where they wrapped it all the way around.
Yellow flag is out.
Flag is out.
It's a very good scheme, and as Dave just said, Jeremy does his own schemes, he's pretty sure. So
okay.
Excellent work there.
Hey, I appreciate that, man, Dave. Well, it says Maines up there battering for the lead. Boy, he got way upset there. Is on the back bumper of the leader. Right there in that 5 machine. Oh, that car just got tight. We'll make the pass and then
Tucker backs his inside and Main's blocking low.
Yeah, well, earlier for that kind of aggressive driving, way too early for it, and paid the price for it there. Ouch. Yeah, there is no halfway points here, so quite sure. I'm gonna put it on both of them. One looked like man blocking, the other one looked like man that would try to take his bumper off. We'll set that one. Then we'll let Dave out there pretty much figure out which one who it was. Oh yeah, that's cool though, man. You talk about paint jobs though, and I like the paint jobs. So. Except for that one out in the league, I don't care for that word on the side. Professional.
It's not a professional word, but
no.
It's a heartfelt message. At the
least.
It
is a heartfelt message, but you know, there's ways to get it through better. Now, when I was talking about paint jobs, see that back right there with the black? You see how that wraps across the whole back fender and comes up across and goes straight down? That's what I'm talking about. Whoever painted that had to figure out how those lined up. See how that where that stripe goes to the back?
I can see the stripe.
Yeah. So how they have that it's just a flow. That's what I look at is that a guy can take the time to do that, and et cetera, to do it. Not mess with. I've not really looked at the template on these cars. The old cars, you know, they had different style templates. It's just it gives us a chance to some of the paint jobs, anyways. That was a cool one.
Wash dads.
Good cool. Flashpoint there. So maybe not a lot of these guys are football fans out here because a lot of football.
I mean, not required. We just saw the Detroit Lions scheme, though. Yeah. We've talked about the Saints from Holloman.
Yeah, true. We know their teammates that before and we also know that they're taking. Another reason why they're pretty fast is they're getting setups from Team Conti. Sanchez out there, he's still trucking. HB Speed, that's a nice looking car. Hyatt. There's a Panther. There we go.
There we go.
Woohoo! We're rooting for you, Hyatt.
And keep pounding indeed. Yeah. Get moving.
Yeah. Why don't I get up to the backside of Mark, man? That make you feel bad. 49ers. I like 49ers. They lost today, but they like them.
They lost today and then lost a big part of their defense, unfortunately.
Thoughts? Injuries are hitting them hard.
Yeah, thoughts on Wagner. His leg is not happy right now.
Hey, it's contact sport, man. I tell you, it's rough. Looking through some of these paint jobs out here. I like looking at them. I like what the guys do. Appalachian
Chillbilly.
Oh, Appalachian. Okay. Gilroy there in the Monza. Mac Toolman. Gardner. CSO Diecast. Okay, nice. Carr. He's the Dolphin fan.
That's a good one.
That is a good one. I like the gold on it.
Green
That's
flag,
cool.
green flag.
We're going back green here, man, folks.
Got a little carried away.
Yeah.
Little sidetrack.
That's all right. Hey, look, try to show off the paint jobs. We're going green flag. We're going to show them off. We're going to show them off a little. All right, Tucker out front. Hammond's right there behind him with Westwood. Feltman along with them, too. We got Sumter. Vision, so I see what old Dave's out there doing. He's trying to do these single file starts to kind of calm down a little bit. But there's not much you can do when you got two guys up there racing hard like they were before.
No, and it was also later into a run. It wasn't right off the bat. Understand, like you said, I understand where it's come from. I'd ask for the same thing. Just try to get the drivers a little calm, get some running in.
Battle for the lead.
Nice and easy to the inside, not quite able to stick the bottom.
Neither one of these cars are pitted. Heck of a showing between these two, Hammond and Tucker. Which, I mean, it really, we say neither one are pitted, but I guess technically none of the cars behind him are pitted because none of them took tires, so they're all even. Fuel is the only difference. Nobody took tires. But there again, we don't talk much about it either here, Wes. That fuel can make a difference too of how the car handles. You know, I've heard guys less fuel this and more fuel that, how the car handle it differently.
Yeah, with the fuel right on the back of the car, it's gonna, if you're full fuel load, your back's a little planted, you can a little easier to make grip. As the fuel runs low, your tail might get a little happier in the corners. If you're restarting on a low fuel, spin the tires probably because it's not as quadded.
Look at Feltman here, boy. He's closing in up 22 spots. Tucker's going to make the move to the inside. Trying to take that dive. Feltman's got the speed just to go around these guys, but got to watch what they're doing up front here first. Good battle so far. Come Sumter and company too.
The 33's made his way back up to 5th place after that spin on the restart.
Wow.
So very good clawback from him.
Man. Wilson. Atkins. Wilson or oh, Vincent.
Vincent, the 33.
Okay. He has. Good run for him so far. The battle for second right there between Hammond and Feltman. The two guys are duking it out. Tucker looks strong out front though.
And might be able to get a little bit more of a gap here as they're side by side for second and then side by side for fourth behind him almost.
And yeah, he's loving what he's seeing in his rear view mirror. Hey, another guy, man, that's doing a good run here is Latham. He's up 22 spots there in 10th place. Battling with Phillips right now. Look at battle on the track. Ooh, who's that just went down low there?
That's Sumter, I think.
Let's see. Yeah, was. Chased the car down there. Okay. TV right behind him. See this battle going on here. That's a 11th, 12th, 13th place spot. Side by side dueling. Well, Dave, man, appreciate you out there watching in. Appreciate everybody tuning in. Las Vegas tonight here for the Spartan Simracing League. It's the NFL team race here. Celebrate your favorite NFL team here. Next week, we kick off the first race for the Fast Five. That's going to be interesting at Talladega. Got to get out of Las Vegas here tonight, though. An interesting race. Right now, sitting the last 80, 200 here for the mark tonight. Good field out here, too. You're out there listening, Dave. How you feeling about this racing? Wait, what do you think, Wes? Right now, the guys are settling down pretty good.
Settling down as you look for someone trying to make it 3 wide. But it's definitely getting better. I like it. I like what I'm seeing. Cars running side by side. Taking aggressive moves, but also calculated aggression. They're not sending it in when there's absolutely no reason to, no room. As the 18 kind of slips back there, he continues to slip back.
I think what you're seeing at this point is guys like starting to be a little bit better on those longer runs with those older tires, and that's where we're seeing a lot of this great passing going on. Guys are able to catch, get single file for a moment, let the guy in front of him and go. And right now he's got it on hook nose Tucker, but Feltman right now is trying to get to his back door.
Feltman finally able to get around Phillips there, or not Phillips, but Hammonds.
Okay.
Finally able to get around him, and now he's right there to the rear. Tucker.
Them two are going to go door to door, neck and neck with each other. Feltman's able to make that pass. On the back, I like that, man. Got a little tribute there. I don't know who Debbie is, but we'll give a shout out to him. Just thoughts and prayers out there for Debbie. Be a family member. Or friend. Who your favorite drivers are out there? I know we got a couple people out there, so let's go Tucker. We got a Tucker fan out there, Chastity. Good looker also. Okay, so we need a house, need a business. I want a house on the beach.
Give me my mountains. I don't like the beach.
Well, no, I would take one, man, with a big pond or something. That would be fine too. Probably about all I can afford, man. I can afford that one either. I ain't getting nowhere near the beach, so don't worry about it.
Yeah, let Tucker able to get back in front here now, taking the outside line around.
And that's the momentum we was talking about earlier. Remember, we were talking about how momentum based this track is. Just because you can make that pass on someone to get out front, if you just slip up just one slight little bit on this track, the guy behind you can just go zooming right by you.
Yeah, like we said, don't hit the wall. That's definitely going to slow you down. Keep sliding to a minimum. Another thing is, don't get tight. You get tight, you let off the throttle, and you lose time, lose speed, lose positions.
Absolutely. Benson right back here trying to see what he can do. Lurk his way back up front. Hammonds and Atkins too, back there in the 4th and 5th. Atkins is up at 10 spots already. Wilson there in 6th. Sumter 2. Kibbe there in 8th. Phillips up in the 9th. Westwood up 30 spots there in 10th. Man, what a comeback for him.
It is, and remember around lap 10, he has had new tires, at least we think, put new tires on. Could have just been fixing damage. But was up there battling for the lead about 20 or so laps ago at this point.
Yeah.
And falling back a little bit, but still very much in the hunt.
Are they going 100% fuel here, right?
Yes, I believe so.
Okay, so because the reason I was looking at it is because of the first two have yet to make Tucker and Hammond have yet to make a pit stop, so they went 88 laps, and at this point, it's looking like you can at least go over halfway of this race without making a pit stop, and obviously you can go halfway without even getting tires either.
I mean, it's said to be about 20 or 62 to 65 laps on a tank of fuel. So,
well, the cautions have helped. That's right. Yeah. Okay.
The cautions have helped. Obviously, you're able to save fuel, turn it off, or coast, put it into a high gear, so you're not burning as much at high RPMs.
I don't know about USA. I always contest to maybe for every caution we have, usually is between one to, depending on the track, between 1 and maybe 2 green flag runs on pit during the caution that you can save. Again, that all depends on the track for that too, But so yeah, the cautions we have early on definitely help Tucker. Right now it's all Tucker out front, Feltman there in second.
And this is what we talked about before the race as well. Spread out racing, what Las Vegas tends to produce. You're not always on top of each other, but still close enough you can get draft, which is a little helpful as long as you're on the straights, not necessarily in the turns. Then maybe get up there to pass.
Feltman has been able to stay right there on Tucker's back door, but he's not been able to make that pass, and that just goes back to what we talked earlier in the race, how hard it is to pass this place. But you're right. You kind of get spread out, kind of get single file. We can see it right here. It's just a good shot just to kind of show you how far spread out the field actually is and whatnot. It's like trying to bring it up. Find it. Have it. Right there we go. I call it the blimpy cam. Gives you a good perspective of just how far apart the guys are. And I don't know about you, Wesley, but blimpy is one of them happy words. You just can't be mad and say blimpy.
No, you can't. And I love a blimp view. It gives you a good spread of the track. You're able to see maybe 1, 2, 3 battles potentially. And
right there.
Little sky view, you can see the different lines everybody's running. I think I see about 4 different ones there. One on the very bottom, one about half lane up, 1.5 lanes up, and 2 up.
Yeah, and we've seen that too, like the Tucker and Vincent up front there. You can see it. That's a good shot right there. You can see it. The front runners there. One's high, one's low, one's middle. So like what you just said, yeah, you're showing different views on the track, of what are different lines that they're able to run. And like Tucker right now is taking that lane.
Taking that Larson line.
Yeah, Tucker Vincent. Yeah, he's up there on the top. Okay.
Now, not the fastest way around the track. You got to run a little bit more mileage, but able to keep your RPMs, your momentum up a little easier towards the top because you're not out of the throttle as much as you would be if you're, say, the 33 or the 4 down there on the bottom.
Yeah, on that one. Right now, looking strong, man, between these guys up front. So far, so good. All that man out front right now, though, Tucker, got a handle on this track.
He certainly does. My question is, when's he coming to pit road?
That's a good question. I mean, see right there, no, Vincent's able to make the pass on him.
Whoa! Yeah. Snapping out of the corner.
When he would come in on pit road. Car probably starting to feel a little loose now.
97 laps, even with, or 98 laps now, even with the luck of the cautions. Cars about towards the end, both on fuel and tire lap, I'd say. I'd be looking for the pits anytime soon if I was Tucker, but he might be feeling something different in his car.
Yeah, this is extreme right now. Looking strong. Beltman right there too, sitting in the 3rd place spot. He's up 22 spots. We'll look to see if we can't go up underneath Tucker. You can see right there, Tucker got a little bit loose on the top. Beltman got a little bit tight on the bottom.
Yeah, just a small wiggle of Tucker. We saw him a couple laps ago. Big snap off of 2, but he was managed to save it and correct it.
Beltman right now with Atkins. Atkins still right back here around the 4th place spot, with the big battles up front here in the top 3. Vincent right now with Feltman. Well, these three cars been on top of each other.
They have. You could throw a blanket, cover all through them pretty well, I would say. Also, 3 different lines we saw there through 3 and 4. Leader right there. He's on the bottom. You've got Feltman up in the middle. Tuckler all the way up to the top against the wall.
Man, he's right. He loves that wall riding.
He does. I don't blame him. That's where I'd love to put my car if I knew I could handle it. Fortunately, no. I can't handle it, so I keep it towards the bottom.
I'm with you, man. I never like going up there towards the wall because I don't know, and maybe I can go on cockpit view and show wise because I just can't tell how close I am to the wall. Usually I end up hitting it.
And we don't know what these guys' setups are. They might have 3 monitors where you're able to look left and look right and actually see the wall and such. Might be in VR.
Man. Did you see that?
They are down to 4th here, and then I'm going to assume 5th here towards the start-finish line. Yep.
That's different. Oh, all about that.
Noravides definitely keeps his revs up as he's in the wall, just a slight bit of contact though. And more than just the shifting, I want to say, look at the hand movement. That car, little fidgety for Tucker.
He's fighting that thing right now. Belton's doing the same thing. He stayed 4th all the way down the straightaway there. And in the turns. Again, it could be all, rear gear that they've got too. So he's staying in 4th. He's never hitting. And yes, folks, they do have 5 gears in these cars now. That's another big change over the years that have happened. Got away from. There is no more H pattern shifters in these cars. It's all sequential. So it's all click, 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 boom. And it's 5-speed sequential. They do have a clutch, but it is what they call a pneumatic style clutch. I don't know the technical term. But basically, the only time you use it is to start the rolling of the car in 1st gear. And other than that, never touch it.
Unless your name is SVG.
Well, I mean, that's on road race.
But anyway, Feltman here up the inside into 1. The 33's finally off the bottom.
And let's see if Vincent Man's doing just 4th gear. Is he getting 5th? Now, the reason too on, might be the 2 things here is they have a little bit more fuel than what Tucker has. Tucker might be at 5th gear hitting that time. To settle that car down a little bit. Because like you said, he's wrestling it a lot more than they are. And his tires might be a little bit more worn. So 5th gear, obviously, it's not going to be as high as RPM. It's not going to be as hard. So he's able to maybe settle the car a little bit going down straightaway. You can see him loose right there. He's got to pit soon.
He's got to pit soon, but even then, I know Feltman and Vincent were side by side, but Tucker's still right there, same amount of, or same time as the leaders.
He is. He ran 91. Yeah, I mean, it's a 75, 87, 91, and 96 right there behind him. So, I mean, everybody's kind of close on top of each other. What's going on back? See what kind of battles we got going on. Got Hammond hanging on there in 6. I don't know. Grutzmacher? Yeah, you can get the more of the German accent than the southern side. Can't get that. A friend of mine who went to Germany, he could do German. He could get that rolling with the G accent.
I just watch a lot of Formula One and a bunch of stuff that goes all over the place, so I've picked up a couple things. So, but for the most part, I'm with you. My Southern takes over quick.
Yellow flag.
Oh, yellow flag. Westwood. Uh-oh, man, he was having a good run too. We were just talking about him, and he had just lost it. And then
That middle in front of him, that was also a little bit sideways.
let's go back and watch it one more time just to see. I mean, I was. Let's see Mitchell right there. He probably got the wall, yep. Got the wall and it's ricocheted off.
Light contact, able to keep going. I want to say it now. Yep.
Yeah.
Here comes Tugger to pit road.
Yeah, I was about to ask him to stay on that one. He's got to pit down. So. But everybody's pitting too, so this worked out good for him.
Everyone's pitting. I want to say, I'm thinking they're going to be taking some tires. They might not have taken tires the last couple times they've been down pit road if they had, but go for it now. We're about halfway through the race. Just over halfway through the race.
I don't know a reason why you would not take tires here. They would be like, no. I've been a good one here. Las Vegas here tonight. Spartan Simracing League here. Master Series. Guys are on pit road under caution here, folks. And we're past halfway. Lap 111 here, 200. And a solid one, too. But step away, take a quick commercial break. Be right back.
Welcome to Team Red, White, and Blue. Thank you so much for joining our team. My name is Mike Irwin, and I have the honor to serve as the Executive Director. When I founded Team RWB in 2010, our initial focus centered on veteran transition and reintegration into civilian life. But as the large-scale deployments have slowed down, the military's ability to support reintegration has improved, hundreds of thousands of veterans have used their GI Bill, and companies have prioritized hiring veterans, the overall mental, physical, and emotional health of the veteran community still has a long way to go. And Team RWB has a major leadership role to play. And that means that we need you. We need you to close out this video and to know that you didn't just join a listserv or download an app. You joined a team composed of real people, over 200,000 strong, who are veterans on active duty in the National Guard or reserves or civilian supporters. And these people, who we refer to as Eagles, want you to get involved in Team RWB. Why is it so important for you to become an active member of the team? Because when you do, we know that it will improve your mental and physical health, help you to develop new and meaningful relationships in your life, and provide you with a sense of purpose that comes from belonging to something bigger than yourself. Over the past decade, veterans struggling with the invisible wounds of war and post-military life have told us how important physical fitness has been to them. Running has helped veterans battle nightmares. Triathlons have helped with headaches, and CrossFit has enabled them to sleep better. These fitness activities, along with others, have made them more confident and healthy people. Unfortunately, millions of veterans have forgotten about the power of physical training in their lives. So as you get involved and see the power of Team RWB in your own life, I hope that you feel inspired to reach out to other veterans and encourage them to follow in your footsteps. In closing, I want to again thank you for stepping forward and joining Team Red, White, and Blue. We're fired up to have you on the team, and I know that you're going to be flying the Eagle with pride for a long time.
We're back here, and when green flag back under the way here at Las Vegas. Everybody's had pit stops. Everybody's on fresh tires. You got to be careful, though, because you got to get the tire pressures up. Tires will be cold. It can be a little slick out here. Right now, battle up front. Tucker Feltman. That Atkins right there behind him. And about 3 wide for a moment.
Putting his nose there for 3 wide, definitely.
Oh, y'all slipped a little bit there from Tucker. Actually, that was Feltman.
Also went back to the double file restarts this time around.
Woo, I love it.
That slip
right there, too.
That slip let Tucker drive off a little bit. Now he's got a little bit of clean space between him and this group behind him.
Love it, man. Love it. Tucker right now looking strong. Looked strong before the caution. And even stronger now. Look at old PB Henry right now coming up to the front.
He
PB,
just
hang on to it. Yeah, he drove it too hard.
Save it.
The yellow flag is out.
No way that could have been PB. Somebody else had to spin back there in the back. We'll go back and watch. Yeah, I mean, we know why he spun. Watch how he drives that thing into the turn.
He just had a huge head of momentum coming here. I don't blame him for taking it to the inside there.
Overdrove it a lot. Had it saved. He got it saved. Who else? Oh, okay, there's the car. I knew it had to be somebody else back there spinning. It was Ozak. Saw it right there. He's the man who spun around in the back. Unfortunate. I knew it wasn't him that brought PB. Wouldn't brought the caution because he saved that car. But there was a good reason why he took the lead like he did. Drove it in there a little hard.
Drove it in there, and I mean, you blame him, Joe. It looked like it was going to stick for a little bit, but there towards the exit is when he snapped it. I personally don't blame him.
You know, and I don't know how. You know, I'm not behind the wheel of these cars here, there, Wesley. So, you know, how that thing might feel going off into the turn might feel like $1 million. But what I've seen so far with these cars is coming off the turn, they're so unpredictable. And again, I'm not behind the wheel of it, so, you know, don't 100% know. But we've seen time and time again, that's where most of these guys have problems with these cars. Not going in or middle, it's coming off that turn.
It's coming off the turn. Like you said, going in, they might feel like, yeah, this is the greatest car ever made. I can for sure make this stick, and then it just slips out. Yeah. Not sure what's causing that. I mean, but going into the turn, it looked like PB had that for sure, and then slipped out underneath him. Amazing save by him, by the way. His car was nearly 45 degrees, and then he got it straightened up.
Another thing I noticed there too, Wes, the car looks, before it snaps loose like it does, it looks straight and perfect. And then just all of a sudden it just goes whoop, out from under. Like a little slot car.
Yeah, just that random moment. Again, we're not in the cars. We don't know how they're feeling. Not sure why it happens. Saw this a lot with Bristol during the open events. Cars were snappy then as well. It could be the model of the car. Not 100% on it. You know,
and I'm thinking about it a little bit. I'm going to go back to the fact of how stiff this car is. There isn't a lot of flex to this car. And and I don't know, you know, Wes, well, when I drag raced in real life, we wanted a very stiff car. I mean, we obviously, you know, cars don't have full chassis anymore, so, you know, subframe. So you wanted to brace them up. You have roll bars and subframe connectors and torque boxes and all that. Well, all that stuff, you'd want it as tight as you could because obviously you didn't want the torque to twist the chassis. But here I would think you would want a little bit of twist to counteract the gravity and everything else going into the turns and so forth. But this car, I feel, is just very, very stiff. Great for road racing. I go back to that term. It just, like we said there, that car looks straight, and then all of a sudden, boom, it just Outmundered. Who knows? Physics. Gotta love it.
You always gotta love physics. They don't always make sense, but it's a universal law.
Yeah, there we go. We'll stick to that one. Lights off on the pace truck. Here we go. Atkins the man out front there with Tucker. Tucker's been the man up front most of the night. Vincent and company. Can anybody knock him off, though? Pace truck's about to duck off into the pit road. Atkins and company up front. We're side by side. Let's go back green here. Spartan Simracing League here tonight in Las Vegas. The Master Series here. Back at it again, and Atkins got a good jump out front.
Very good jump. He's definitely clear. I think that's clear for second as well. Tucker's going to start to third. And then it's side by side for fourth behind him.
Right now, you see it, man. It's everybody, man, up front looking good. You see something right here. Then on the bounce back. He's right there in the 6th place spot. Watching the battle happening right in front of him. There again, old Sanchez, man, up to 10th, having a good run with himself with old Jurgensen there in 9th place. Battles all over the track.
Battles all over the track. It's what you like to see. And these cars are moving, not necessarily snapping loose, but people taking different lines, changing lines throughout the middle of the track. Makes for some great show, but can really be tricky if you're just the littlest bit overlapped with the car you're trying to make the move on, whether you're front or behind them.
Absolutely. Latham right now, sitting right there in 13. Oxford right behind him. Schmeichel. Okay.
Smoker? Yeah. I mean, that might be as close as you might get.
That's probably Schmeichel. All right, there we go. We're going to try. We're going to get it for the end of the season, folks. I guarantee you. Hammond right there, too. Cowboy, he's coming to the outside. He's got to run.
He clears himself to third. He's going to look for that car ahead of the 33. Stays high, though, looking to keep momentum up off of 4.
And he had a lot of head of steam coming up on that top side there in 3rd place. Feltman right up underneath him. Then you got a battle back here. Tucker's falling off back a little bit back here in 5th. I think he's got a better long run car than anything.
Might be the case, in which case I want to say Tucker might end up with it. I believe having the long run car is better than having a short run car. Little wiggle from a car behind him, though. It might have been just Sumter trying to dip to the inside.
Sumter right there in 8th place. Mitchell right there on the top side of him. Jurgensen on the bottom. And Boyles. A good 2x2, but everybody's single file, trying to get, you know, little bites here and there. They're single file, and like what you said, they'll get in those little battles. See right here.
Fourth and fifth side by side. Fourth and fifth, sixth and seventh. 3 different lines there. 2 right, wrapping around the bottom. 1 in the middle. 1 towards the top, but not quite at the wall. Still going to come off the corner about equal.
Good shot right here to show you how close these cars are. That's Tucker we're riding with. He's Mitchell right there in front of him with Feltman and Henry. Oh, Henry earlier on. He was looking strong before the caution. Vincent up here battling with Atkins.
Gonna allow 3rd place there. He's gonna creep in. Then here comes 4th, probably gonna creep in as well. He's single file there. He's battle behind him.
Hammond's right there too. PB Henry, Mitchell, Feltman, but it's still a battle up front. Vincent and Atkins. You guys been having a good time up front.
You can have a good battle and not lose time. It's just how aggressive are y'all going to be with side drafting. You can slow the other guy down, but they might come and get you back and then slows you down, and next thing you know, it's going to be a 3-car fight instead of a 2-car fight.
Question's going to be too is how long can these guys go pit stops? I don't think we really got a good, accurate take on how long they could go because of the cautions. I mean, we've only had one here in the second half, so I know you said, what, 60, 65, maybe 70?
62 to 65 is what they were talking about in the driver's lounge before the race and before practice. It's about the fuel estimate. Tires, you can, since they had 5 sets available, what they started on, plus 4 extra in the pits, you can stop about every 40 laps.
Well, we'll see. They're probably going to have to pit again.
It would be a safe assumption. And even
Caution, yellow flag.
Single spin, dodging down low, and he's still going.
Yeah, he just lost it.
No contact, at least from what we can see. Might have been net code, but not sure. It looks like a self-spin. I think he was pushing really hard off the corner there.
Yeah.
I think, and just spun the wheels a little bit too much.
Yeah, there wasn't. It just looked like that. Just rear end just came out. Looked like that car got awful tight, and then snapped loose. Now, Wes, I'm gonna show you something right here. That was a perfect shot to show you just how stiff that car is. No flex. You see how he got stuck on that apron?
Yep.
And now it still was straight. That goes back to what we were talking about earlier, just how stiff these are. And pit stops. Okay, so with these,
A lot of fake outs.
I'll tell you, if they make it pits now, guys might be able to make it all the way.
Big names that took the pit. Mitchell, Wilson back there took a pit stop. Sumter was in. Tucker was in. Well, it looks like Tucker might have been gas only or maybe right sides. A lot of people, it's either looking gas or right sides. Tucker, Sumter, both under 10-second stops.
Yeah.
Mitchell
Yeah, it looks
took
like a lot
4,
of
I'd want to
fuel.
say.
Remy did also. Took a lot of fuel. Hey, well, the top guys, they stayed out. Oh, this earlier, though. Especially with Tucker. Tucker stayed out there for a long time. Right, brother. He pit.
He pitted. He's dropped down to 16th once coming out.
Okay, so he just took fuel only. All right. I'll just see if that plays dividends for him. We've seen how good track position is here. Hard back there in 16th place spot. We'll have to see what happens.
And if it was the case of fuel only and the calculations are right at 62, 65 laps for a fuel run, he might not have to stop again. Whereas everybody in front of him, if it goes green, they for sure have to make a stop.
All right, we'll line them up 2 by 2. Green. Okay. Solid one here. Vincent. Hammond.
Green, green, green.
Right back green. We're just spinning the tires right there in the back.
Hit of the tires. I think that's because his tires weren't touching the ground. The floor was right on his bumper.
Open them out just a little bit. Single file start for the top bins right there, but on back, running about 8th place spots. You got side by side. Angela's right there with Oxford Company. Good door-to-door race happening.
Door to door, I see 3 wide further back. Sumter trying to make his moves back towards the front.
Yeah.
Tucker put in the middle 3 wide as well, right there through 1 and 2.
Trying to get back to the front, like you said. Hart there, Tucker, Mitchell, Atkins, Sumter. The danger about being stuck in the middle of traffic, you know. I'm going to get caught up in a mess.
And I know we like to talk about tires, but out of those 4 of Sumter, Mitchell, Tucker, and then the 81 as well of Atkins and Mitchell were the 2 that I'm pretty sure, I want to say they took tires.
Yeah.
Sumter and Tucker, they either took straight gas or maybe just right sides. But that 81 looks like he's just able to put his car wherever he wants.
Never mind.
They about
Yellow
saved.
flag.
They looked like they saved it for a second, and then there was a second hit of contact.
Wow. Yeah. Go back and we'll try to run through this one here. They were 3 wide right there. Getting squeezed a little bit. And he caught the rear bumper of that number 2 in front of him.
Caught it quick, pokes
right
his nose in.
Yeah. And that sent him up the track. Now, he saved it, the 2 did. Problem is right down here, them 2 were still battling. I said he saved it, but he lost it coming around the corner right there. Yeah, then just those 2 got together, and then from there it's kind of just chaos.
Caught the 2, the 81, Mitchell, who seems to always be fast, also in it, quite obviously. I think Sumter and Tucker, they might have made it through clean.
Yeah, they made it through there. Gathered up a few of the good ones. Tucker was able to make it through there. Looks okay. He's gonna make up. Oh, nope, he's coming on pit road too. No, maybe not. Couple staying out. Couple coming in. Henry stays out. PB, peanut butter jelly.
Yeah, PB Henry, we saw him make that dive to the inside of Tucker and then just snap his car loose, managed to save it. So, you know, he's aggressive. He's got speed in his car as well. And then you've got the 9 right there behind him. Jorgensen, he's been up towards the front a little bit. Latham now in 3rd, plus 29 from the start. And then Grutzmacher up to 4th, plus 25.
Yeah, heavy movers there. Well, Grutzmacher, man, he's been up and down all night. Been in the back, been in the middle, been up front. Now he's back up front. Interesting day for him. Got them fast setups too. Well, Henry says, let's go, Henry. Okay, Henry. Henry's out front right now.
Yeah, Carter, that's the teammate for PB there. Was in the race, got wrecked out early,
Are
unfortunately.
y'all kin, by the way? I gotta ask that. Brothers, other son, cousin, door neighbors, same name. That would be funny, man, to find out your next door neighbor has the same last name as you.
Sometimes small towns can be like that.
Yeah, true.
Okay, they're brothers.
Oh, okay, brother, yeah. I mean, I guess it could be a good thing and a bad thing in small towns. I mean, you know, somebody in the family got around.
I'm not even going to go there with you. I'm keeping it beyond that.
Sorry about that, folks. I had to say it. But oh, man. Yeah, we got jokes up here. That's what we call it. That's what we call it. Fun and exciting sim racing on simracingnetwork.com. And it has been a fun race, though. It's been very, you know, thrilling here. You know, we've seen some guys come to the field, back to the field, up to the front. About to set to go back greens, pace trucks in. Henry's going to lead the field here with Jurgensen right behind him. Latham there with him.
Green flag.
Boostmaker there too. Green flag, and Henry gets a good jump on the field.
Very good jump by PB. It looked like Jorgensen spun his tires. Not sure if Grootsmacher was up his rear and kind of lifted those two tires off or not.
Like
but
I said.
didn't get going. 47 Okafor now to the inside of Latham.
Jurgensen right there. Kibbe up 19 spots. He's sitting right there in the 5th place. A battle, though, man, through this field.
It's a battle through the field. If you're single file in front of this, though, you love seeing it in your mirror. Kibbe looks like he should be clear through to 3rd now.
And I'm with you. You definitely want to see the battling in your rearview mirror, because that way you can, you know, get out front, man, get some clean air going. They got single file now. Right about the 7th place spot, though. They're still 2 by 2. Jorgensen right there. Benson, Holloman. They get a little loose, too, going down the inside.
3 wide into 4. Holloman backs out just a little bit. Vincent comes down, covers it off.
Yeah, he does.
And you know, you can love the single file racing, but then you look back behind them and you're like, or rather, you can love single file or you might hate it and you say it's boring. And you always want to look back towards the midfield. That's where I always see the battles. That's where I always like to pay attention, because you've got cars side by side, dipping and diving, ducking and weaving between each other.
You do like NBC, just put it on the leader. You know what? Put the camera on the leader, man.
Give me the battles. That's what I like seeing.
I'm with you on that one, too. That's what we got right now. At about 7th place spot. Yeah, Kibbe, Remy, and, well, we got cars everywhere, though. What's going on back here?
Oh, I think that was Tucker. I think somebody brushed the wall.
He's in the middle of the track. Unfortunate for him. Go back and see if we can't make hay on what happened here.
This is right there in that pack we were talking about as well.
He's right there in the number 8 machine. Oh, the car got loose in front of me. 9 did. 9 got loose in front. I think he just had nowhere to go.
Unfortunately, it's just wrong place, wrong time. It's what a lot of caution. If you get damage to your car, a lot of times it's what happens.
Yes, it is. And it's going to put him in 27 too. Boy, that's a long haul. He's still got some time, but I don't know, with this track, that's going to be really tough to make up. Right, it's all PB Henry right now. He's interesting race. Been up front, been in the back. Up 9 spots though.
Yeah, he's had that movement up and down the field. The sitting behind him, Okafor, he's up 17 from where he started. I think I saw him.
Yeah, up 17
I think
spots.
I saw him a little bit further down at one point as well, towards the back end. Now sitting up here second.
Great run. You got Cole Macheski. Haven't talked about him much in the race, and look at this. He's back up front. Also silently getting back up here.
And you want to talk about a man of excitement? Remy's sitting there in 7th, plus 32 from where he started. We saw himself spin early on in the race, and talking about maybe having the car just a little bit too loose, even though he's fast. Well, might have gotten that dialed in now. He's here for the end of it.
Yeah, like you said, got it dialed in. He's up 32 spots, sitting there in 6th place. See what he can do on this restart here. Getting set to go back green. Lights off on the pace truck. Sale here going to be 149 when he crossed the line. Henry and company right behind him with Okafor. Good one here at Las Vegas. Kind of what would typically been seen. Tough to pass here tonight.
Tough to pass, but sometimes you set them up for a couple laps, show them what line you want, and they see you might be faster. Well, they go to take it. Guess what? You go where they were, and then all of a sudden you're around them.
Absolutely. It's still off on pace truck. Here we go. Getting set to go back green. Henry and company is going to pull them off. The starting line here. Pace truck takes a hard left turn off on pit road. Henry, Okafor, company right there with them. A slow march. And green flag. Back
Green
racing
flag,
in
green
Las
flag.
Vegas. It's a good smooth start.
Good smooth start. PB Henry, very bright clear off the bat. Okafor didn't spun his wheels a little bit, but didn't hinder him much. He cleared himself to second right beyond the start finish. Top 4 all single file, battle for 5th.
It is. Remy's there. Benson, Hammond, Kibbe and company. That's the battle right now. You got some high, some low. Oh, Henry out front, though. He's loving the battles happening behind him there. Okafor, Hammond, Macheski right there, too.
Love the battles behind them, and pray they don't bring out a caution. Just keep it green. Keep these 3 side by side, 4 side by side as the 68's all the way up to the wall, but not quite in it. Looked like he might have gotten loose for a little second and had to run it up the track.
Yeah, chase that car, man. That's Cole Macheski right there. He's sitting in 5th. Remy right behind him. Kibbe's there too. Phillip along with him. You got Feltman, Atkin. Kind of single file. You got a little bit like those cluster battles going on here throughout the field. Liking it. Man, good racing.
It's hard racing. It's clean when they're not being super aggressive, which end of the race here, last 50 or so laps, you're going to want to be aggressive, but still make it a calculated aggressive.
Yeah.
Take chances that you know ain't going to ruin your day and not ruin another driver's.
Yeah. I like using those words like conservative, aggressive. You know, you got to be, like you said, be conservative. You got to be kind of aggressive too. Get to the front. Don't want to get yourself in trouble. There again.
Caution,
You got to
yellow
go and
flag.
caution out. Uh-oh. Mike's.
The battle we
Albans,
were watching.
It says Mark Sanchez went off the track.
That's where it started, I believe, as well.
Let's watch and see right quick. At 29.
Car in front, the 37, I think I saw spinning across the track as we were looking at this battle of the group
There
ahead.
was a couple of the cars. Yeah, there's a couple of cars involved. Oh, okay, so he got into the 37. Okay. All right, there we go. The 37 came with track. So it's actually right here. Yep. Hard hit too. Boom. Ouch.
Gonna feel good and might just be the end of the day for those two cars. That was a huge hit.
Yeah. That was a slam. Lap 154 here, running caution. And a solid one tonight here. Spartan Sim Racing League. Master Series, Las Vegas. Stay tuned, folks. We'll be right back.
Stuff that we went through that people would never understand, without the assistance from the Steve King Foundation and several other donors as well. We could have come out of that thing in financial ruin, but it just takes a lot out of your family just to go through rehabilitation, all the medical bills. There's so many hidden expenses and stuff that you would never know about until you actually get involved in something like that. And even if you help somebody out with 500 or 1,000 or 100, whatever it is, it means a ton to the person, just to be able to live and to get through these things. It takes an ungodly amount of money, time, effort, patience, with the families, the doctors, to be able to get through a traumatic experience. And, with the Steve King Foundation, that makes everything a lot better.
There's an immeasurable bond that forms when you join the service. You'll do anything to protect and defend those at your side, and pushing the limits of your well-being is all just part of the job. But when this shared experience ends, it's easy to carry that mission-first mindset with you and neglect your own health and mental fitness. Team Red, White, and Blue understands these challenges and knows that together we can show veterans that their best days are ahead, by providing opportunities to build healthier lifestyles right where they live and work. Through races, service projects, workouts, and a cutting-edge mobile app, our members develop a sense of camaraderie and mutual support. With a growing force of over 200,000 strong, we invite all veterans, families, and non-military supporters to start putting their well-being first. Team Red, White, and Blue is forging America's leading health and wellness community. Will you join the team?
All right, gets set to go back green. It's off on the pace truck. The hard left turn off on pit road. And up front, Hammond. That line didn't take pit stops this time around. Some didn't, though. That's how well this plays out. Green flag, back out green. Vincent and company there with them, too. Remy, Omacheski. And the big battle's going to be back here because we've got some guys been on green, guys on new tires and some on not on new tires. Still there, Wesley? Wesley had to step away real quick, folks. He'll be right back. Right now, Phillips, Van Atkins, Gibby, Gardner. The first man on new tires has got to be the Feltman. Omacheski, man, obviously he's not on newer tires, but kind of on new tires. He's put a lap 131. I'd say, my bad, I made a mistake there. The one on new tires is Latham. Back in the 11th place spot. You can see back here, these guys are going at each other. 2, 3, 4 wide. Wow. Bruce Miker back there too. Oh, hell, two in the wall. Caution out. Oh, hard lick. Let's see what happened to him back here. Pretty wide is that 88 machine right there. Still pretty wide. Okay, clears. Tucker's right there too. Oh, maybe a little net code between them. Oh man, it got several other cars. Boom, boom, boom. Caution out. Bring it back, Wesley? Oh, okay. All right. Best man's back. And we're in the caution. A little hard contact there.
Under caution, within 40 to go, it might be possible for, I want to say, even those that haven't pitted yet to make it to the end of the race.
Well, they pitted at lap 138. We saw at the beginning of the race, remember Tucker, he went, what, about 80, 90, almost 100 laps with the cautions that they had. So I'm with you. I mean, Hammond and Vincent did take tires. Remy pitted at 138, just took fuel. Omacheski took, tires. Feltman there took tires. Along with Atkin. So, yeah, I mean, caution's the better for those guys. Yeah, Randall, been a little rough, I mean, hey, it happens, I guess, Sometimes you have some good ones, sometimes you have some bad ones. But all in all, though, it has been a really good race. I think it's been a good one.
I agree. I think it's been a good one despite the cautions. We've had good, hard side-by-side battles, which is what I personally look for. We had a decent-sized green flag run at one point as well. Saw what the cars can do on that long run. So I'd say it would be a good race as well.
Now, and it takes us back to what you said a minute ago. I still feel like, and I'm with you on it, that maybe Hammond and them, even if this was to go green flag the rest of the way, I think that they probably could make it all the way at this point. It might be close. They pitted at 138, so that means what? 70 laps?
138.62.
But, I mean, that puts them in the window. We've already had several cautions between that, so I agree with you. I think the guys up front are okay to make it, even if it goes green from this point on. Now, as far as their tires go, if it goes green from this point on, that's a different subject.
That's, I think, where you're going to see the strategy come into play. Keep it out on track, knowing your tires are going to be completely dead by the end of the race, possibly, or come in, risk going a lap down to take tires, and then just full send it, knowing you've got way more grip than the others in front of you.
And we've already seen track position is such crucial and king here tonight. I mean, even with the newer tires, I mean, you look like with Tucker's back in 16, they're just not making headway to the front quick enough. And if you do that at the wrong time, there's just not going to be too many laps we can pick up. But race truck's in. Hammond and company up front. Benson there with it with Remy. Feltman.
Green, green, green.
Tomacheski, green flag. We're back racing here at Las Vegas.
Good jump by Hammonds. Immediate clear. Top 5 single filed out. Battle for 6th or 7th right there, side by side.
Yeah. I read out there, that's one thing we haven't seen is anybody been able to stretch the lead here. They've been able to get out maybe 3-4 car lengths, but nobody's been able to get away from the field. So it's been kind of tight through and through. It just a lot of that to the cautions too, keeping the field up tight. But even on that one green flag run, it still wasn't able to get far ahead. Latham right now there with Henry. Bruce Miker right there too.
Contact, car sideways.
Oh, in the wall. That's Feltman. Tearing them all up out here. If I can watch, see if we can get some good angles on this one. They were 2 and 3 wide back there too, battling. Right here with Feltman. He's right there in that 81. Actually, what about 4th place spot? Oh, he just got contacted on the inside. Oh, the other dude just lost it. From there, it's kind of just chaos.
Yeah, Feltman on the inside. It looked like Feltman in the 4, the 81 of Atkins. It was them side by side.
Oh, let's watch him, Atkins. I was wondering.
That second pair that came in, I want to know what happened.
No, Atkins
there.
is 81.
Yeah.
Who was the one? It was Feltman that hit. Oh,
Feltman in the 4, yeah.
He hit the wall hard. Watch Feltman. Whatever that was in the back came in hard. Now he's not coming back from that.
Say Feltman looked like he got a little tight originally and then washed up. Then, like you said, that car just snapped out of nowhere and rocketed to the outside wall for that massive hit.
There's a lot of them on pit road too, in the back. Most notably, I see Tucker on pit road. Got a little damage. Got right. Oh, okay. Look like an angle. Angle there. It looked like the front was in, but looks. Okay, so he took tires. I don't know. It still puts him back in 19th place spot. We've just not seen anybody make up the ground to get to the front, you know?
Yeah, it's the track position, but I also want to say these cautions are playing in effect too.
Yeah.
You might be able to gain 2 or 3, 4 spots maybe, and then another caution comes out. It's definitely slowing the progress that he can make.
And I'll agree with you. I mean, you're exactly right. The cautions are playing. He could. there's a double-edged sword on that. He could use the cautions to his advantage, but I feel like he's going to have to gain at least 5-6 positions, then a caution, then another 5 or 6, then a caution, and then maybe be right there around about 7th and the 5th place, coming towards the end here, to utilize the tires and all. But I mean, unless he's gaining those positions, but we've not seen that all night long, and that goes back to what we was talking about, how hard it is to pass at this place.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be a tough climb. Tucker, though, he's been one of the faster cars. Yeah. As Remy goes up to the lead. Nope, never mind. Don't know what was happening there.
He was testing it. He was saying. All Hammonds, Benson, Omacheski, Remy. Remy's been the heavy mover, 36 spots up. Then you got Gardner back there in 6 up 27.
Yeah, Colton's had a quiet night, I would say. Haven't talked about him much. Not really in the middle of everything, but found himself up to 6th now.
Yeah, it is. Here we go. Pace truck's in. Get the duck off on pit road. We'll let old Hammonds, man, and Vincent up front. Bring this field to the green. Following tonight here, Spartan Sim Racing Master Series here tonight. Hammond with the green flag. We're back racing in Las Vegas, and a little bit of spinning tires back there. I think that was Gardner, but it might have been Nicotera. Actually, it was Gardner. My bad.
And he's got Holloman all over his rear bumper as well, trying to push him to get going. Holloman wants to get moving to the front.
So that's a tough feeling when you're behind a guy and he spins his tires and you just can't get going, nowhere to go. Remember we were talking back here with where Tucker was. Well, he was already up to 15th, so he made up about 4 spots right there, and that's what he needs to do. There's going to be some cautions. He needs to make up at least 4, 5, 6 spots. He doesn't want to see these guys up here going 3 wide and making off the wall, though.
I wouldn't want to see that in front of me either. And then he's also got Sumter behind him. Also took 4 tires on that last pit stop.
Moving through the field, trying to do everything he can. Don't count him out yet. He might eventually get there. We'll have to see. Meanwhile, it's all Hammond's out front in this one. Benson's there. Remy sitting in 3rd. Komachiski there in 4th. Boyles, man, having a good run up in the 5th place spot. Go back around about the 9th, 10th place right here. A little 2x2 with Henry. Battling back and forth. This is what I was talking about with Tucker. If he can pick off some good dunks here and the caution flies, this is how he can utilize the caution to his favor. But I mean, if it stays green, it's in his favor too.
Stays green, it's definitely in his favor because he's got, I want to say fresh tires will be a little bit of a benefit. It's not going to be a drastic difference in speed-wise.
Last lap was a 93 to the leader's 87. I mean, but you got to look, he's in traffic. The leader's not in traffic.
I don't think it's going to be a drastic change, but a little bit of advantage. He'd be able to put his car just a little different places where everybody else is slipping and sliding.
Wide right there in front of him. Look around about where Nicotera, Henry is. Remember PB, he's moved up, man, some spots too, been up and down the field. He's right there in the 9th place. Too wide battling going on. Down to the closing laps. Going to be about 25 to go here soon.
Bump to the rear PB there, the 45. Gave him just a little nudge, not enough to unsettle the car, but just say, hey, get going.
Oh, get out of the way. Coming through. We're moving up. He's right there in 12th. Over 4 along with him, Latham. All this man out front, Hammonds. Clean track, clean air. Out front, that's what he likes. And just to give you an idea on those older tires, he ran a 30.02. Tucker just being back there marred traffic. He ran a 30.25. So that tells you how much advantage that clean air and out front and track position is, with the difference in just the tires.
And if it was a little bit more single file, I think we would see Tucker having the fastest lap, though.
He ran a 29 that time to an 09. Just can't quite seem to get carry along with it too. 26. Hammond. Okay. Well, Ham's out front, moving. Big Hammond. Tucker's trying to move to this field. Kind of locked behind this battle in front of him. Kind of not a lot he can really do right now.
Going up there all the way at the top, I understand it, but
yeah,
gonna be a little bit tough. You can have the momentum, but if you're a little bit too far back, it's not gonna do you much. But looks like 45's finally clear there on the outside. Tucker's gonna follow him, stay high this time as the 45 goes towards the bottom.
I mean, and again, we just go by. Oh, I'm going to hit the wall a little bit there. That's Kibby. Off of it. Trying to do everything he can to get back to the front. Now, the closer he gets, PB might be the only one, and Boyles might be ones here that going to give him a fight. He doesn't have that older of the tires, and he pitted at lap 154 to 165 with Tucker pitted. Hammond up front though. Benson trying to see if he can climb and claw his way back there to get that lead. And Tucker would like to see the leader up there start battling. Maybe these three get up there and start going side by side with each other. That'll help him out, slow him down a little bit.
That is what I want to see as well. These top three under a blanket. They've got a decent gap to fourth place behind them, who's side by side with fifth. Slight contact. I mean, no harm, no foul. He kept it straight.
And back in that fourth place again. Fourth gear again. They're staying back in that fourth. I think earlier when we saw him go in the fifth gear like he did was to settle down that car because those tires were so old.
Yeah, fifth gear lowers the RPMs. Keeps the car underneath you, less sliding. And even then, in fifth gear, he was only doing that down the straights. And in the turns, he was in fourth. So, and you could still see his wheel was moving a little bit, just trying to wheel it around, keep her going the way he wanted. But right now, still, see, Tucker's up to 10th. Last lap, a 37.7 to a 35.4 that Vincent set.
Right now, as of this one, Vincent taking it over. Hammond's up front for the lead. With 18 to go. Give you an update on Tucker. He is still back there in 11th. And it's kind of what I felt like was going to happen. It's just the closer he got to the front, it's just going to be a little bit tougher. And this just shows you how tough it is to pass at this place. Get marred back in traffic. I think if he was to get a caution here, though, I think a caution here would definitely benefit him.
Caution here might benefit him, and you might see the reverse. Everybody that didn't go in and pit during the last caution, they might come in and get those tires. Then he's up front with the track position, but with worse tires, and just trying to keep him held off.
But the problem, now the only thing I'd say about that, Wes, is if you're Hammond or Vitson, would you want to give up that kind of track position?
That would be a tough call.
I mean, because here's what would happen on that one. Let's say a caution coming out now. And what we're looking at, 15 to go. By the time they would go back green, it'd be about 13 or so to go. Those guys would be marred back in at least 15 to 20 spots. I don't know. I'd probably tend to just stay out. I'm just saying, I still think it might be probably benefit Tucker because he would close that 4-second gap between him and the leader.
Definitely benefit Tucker. And again, that call, as you just talked about.
Never mind, hang on.
Spinner down the front.
And we might get what we were talking about here and just see.
Keeps him in the grass. Keeps you going straight.
Okay, now don't come back on the track.
The yellow flag is out.
And did bring a yellow flag. Ow.
Maybe he was slow moving on that apron. I mean, cars will run there, so little dangerous, but.
Watch it again and see what happens. Well, we know what happened. He lost it coming off the turn.
I think it's right. Not quite yet, but here comes towards the apron where you can kind of cut that front stretch, that tri-oval. So him being slow there might have been what caused the caution to come out.
I'll tell you what. Step away. We'll take a quick commercial break. This is going to be a good one. Don't go anywhere. All right. Good quick one. We're back. Oh, wow. It stops. I mean, everybody come on pit road.
Hey, if everybody comes in, you don't got to worry about being on new tires behind everybody else. You're all in the same.
Yeah. You got two of them that stayed out. That's Tucker and Kibbe. He pitted at lap 165, though. I'd say that's a bad move. You know, guys be able to hold off. But I will say this. But I will say this here, Wes. Not everybody took tires. Most of them only took fuel. Okay. So then I'm going to say I think Tucker and Kibbe. I think it's a winning move for Tucker right here.
Not just Tucker and Kibbe, but Prohl. He was a couple laps down a few cautions ago. He's now the lead lap, hitting third. Yeah. Pitted the same lap and got tires as the two in front of him.
Yeah, I don't see anyone being able to run down Tucker at this point. This is exactly what he. Remember, I was talking about. He probably needed that caution. I don't know why Hammond and them would have came in. I mean, they're back in ninth, but now Hammond did take tires. He's back in ninth. I mean, but we saw earlier, it's just how tough it is to pass. Hammond's got to go. I mean, there's no holding back now at this point. You got tires. You're in ninth. You cannot conserve go time. You want to have any chance because this is what Tucker wanted right here. This played in his hands perfect. Kibbe and Pro.
It did play into their hands. Now, I'm surprised they didn't take tires and they just went with fuel. With how little stayed out, if they took tires, I would have said it would have been in the hands of Vincent and Hammond. Well, actually, Hammonds did take tires.
But that's what I just said. Hammonds took tires. He was back in ninth. So, well, I just see it's all going to depend on how well he gets through traffic. We've seen that all night long. It's been tough. So, I mean, he's got to go. Everybody else in front of him took fuel. Now, it all depends on how much different those tires are. I mean, you're talking about lap 165 to lap 187. Oh.
Talking 22
Yeah, 20
lap difference.
I don't know. Here we go. We're going to settle this one. It's anybody's ball game. It's Las Vegas. It's a gamble.
Green flag,
Green
green
flag.
flag.
We're back racing here. Tucker's out front. And the one thing he wants to do, though, Tucker, is to get as far away from this field as he can.
I agree, and Hammond's already putting it 3 wide, using the apron of the tri-oval to get it.
Got to. He's got. Oh, but he don't want to get caught up in this
The
way.
yellow flag is out.
And he doesn't. He makes it through. Well, I tell you what. Now this could play right into Hammond's playbook. He'll be around though. Let's go and watch see what happened on Rag, and I'm going to talk about what I feel like. This right here is really, I think, what Hammond, like this little loose got together. He got hit, cracked the wall.
On that restart as well, Kibbe spun his tires, so he dropped back a lot from Tucker once the flag flew. So, but not on him at all.
Yeah. Now, Wes, here on the reverse order, remember we said the cautions, the first one is what Tucker wanted to see. I don't think this is what Tucker wants to see because Hammond made it through that. Got a couple positions. He's going to be right there 6 or 7. This is going to be interesting.
Yeah, fresh tires right there behind the leaders. That's what you want. If you did take that gamble to take tires, you wanted it to be, hey, everybody comes in except maybe 1, 2, 3 guys. Everybody takes the same things with tires to where you can kind of just roll on by them like a train. Because if it was just you taking tires, everybody else took fuel, you're stuck back there 19th like Tucker was. Yeah. But Hammond starting 9th was a good position, and now up there 6th, 7th place.
Now, the one thing I know Tucker would like to see is maybe Latham and those guys back there battle with Hammonds to keep him up, or he gets held up by some of the cars in front of him. And then Tucker, he needs to do what he did that last time. Get a good restart, get out front, and get going and go. How many cautions did we have at Kansas? I think we
5 with that.
I have no clue there, Henry, my man. I tell you what you can do. Go back on the OSR Network. We're at right now live, and go check that one out.
16 at Kansas.
Oh, okay. Or we can get our statistician up here, man, Wesley, and he got that in. He's on it. Wesley's on it. What do you think here, man, West End?
I want to say this is Hammond's. I love Tucker. I think he's in a great position. He's got pressure kind of tires. He's up there in first, but
well, then let me ask you okay, then what does Hammond have to do? Because all day we've seen it tough to get through traffic. What do you think has to play out for him in order to get up there?
In order for him to get up there, I think he's got to do what he did on that last restart again. As soon as he could, he dropped to that apron, put him 3 wide, and took both positions going into 1 and 2. And then beyond that, you want this to go green. You don't want another caution, I would think.
Okay. It's a good assessment there, too. Now, what about Latham right there behind him? He's sitting on the same kind of tires, and you got Gruschmeicher right there, too. Can't say wrong, but getting close. Right there,
Don't know if Latham's on the same amount of tires. His pit stop only 10 seconds. He might have been just right side.
You're right. Yeah, my bad. It looks like so.
Gruschmeicher definitely on the same tire strategy. I think he's starting there right behind Hammonds as well. I'd follow the 26 through. Let him open up the lane, follow him through, and then it was just the two of you race him hard.
Right. Well, the good news is Hammond started on the inside. That's where he wants to be, I feel, on this restart. Time will tell. It's a tricky track still here at Las Vegas. And I'm with you. I feel like Hammond does not want to see this thing have another caution. He wants to see it go green, because the more cautions wears it down, the more chances he gets to get back up front, unless he's able to get around about 3 or 4 cars before that caution comes out. Nonetheless, pace truck's in, green flag. Tucker gets another good jump. Hammond's there. He's going to clear, and this is kind of what Hammond wants to see. He's clearing those guys 2 by 2 in front of him.
Yeah, I mean, I would have wanted to put it 3 wide again. He didn't quite get the jump, but he's got some clean run in front of him. He can see what he needs. Tucker taking it to the bottom and the defensive move.
Remy.
Side by side for the lead.
And Remy says, look, y'all talking about Tucker, but here I come to the outside.
And now Hammond's making a move. He moved up to the inside of Okafor, not 3 wide, but...
Oh, but look at this. Boys are there. Remy hits the wall. Remy goes up the track. Lose all kind of position. Boyles is going to try for the lead, but these guys are racing hard now. Hammond's got to go. He's down low 3-2.
I want to say that's clear for 5th. Now he's just got Remy ahead of him and those 3 leaders.
Yeah, look at it. He's going to take the spot away from Remy. He's going to get on the inside. Boyles out front. Vincent there. Tucker's falling back to 3rd. The tires are going away. Here comes the madman, Hammond. But what does Boyles got up front? Does he got enough to hold him off? Tucker falling off the pace, man. Big time. 3 wide right in front of him. Oh,
Guess
there's
what?
The yellow flag is out.
Yellow flag. Uh-oh.
I was just about to say Groot Smoker, like I was saying, follow Hammond's through. But now we've got a caution. They're going to be right there behind the leaders.
Oh, yeah, Hammond's where he wants to be. He is right there. Ah, Okafor hitting the wall. Boy, that was exciting. Yeah, Hammond. I think Hammond. Where the world is Remy going?
I've got no idea what those 2 are doing.
Remy, out of the way. You're in the back there. Hammond right now, I think, is going to be sitting in a spot. Because he's going to be on the inside. Could put us in green, white checker.
And now that I look at it, I think that might have been Remy showing a little displeasure towards Boyles.
But you know what? In the race, you got to go. It didn't wreck him. It just kind of pushed him a little bit. From my view.
That is true. It wasn't a clear dump. He just moved him out of the way, didn't wreck him. Remy lost a good amount of spots. He's not going to be happy about it, but I see that as a clean move.
You know, racing, there's never going to... Somebody's going to be mad, somebody's going to be happy. I've said that a million times in racing or any sport that is. You're always going to have somebody happy, somebody mad. I mean, Remy's still sitting right there in 6th. He's up 33 spots. You still can't take anything away from Remy. Even if he finishes right there, that's 33 spots he's made up tonight. Folks, that is wild. Now Boyles has his work cut out. He's got Vincent. But Hammond, there is no more waiting for Hammond. Hammond's got to go. Okay, he needs an awesome start. Holmacheski's right there too. What Boyles and Vincent wants to see is those 2 side by side and race for at least a lap. That would definitely help them out. I don't know. This one ain't over with here, man, Wes. Whew.
It's not over. You've got these 2 out front. They just took gas. Then the next 5 cars behind them took tires. Well, maybe except Remy on that last stop. So, going to be interesting.
Got a new rule change coming too, by the way, for Talladega. I was just reading it out there. Yeah, something about the incident. Maybe calm some of the guys down a little bit. All right. Hearts are pounding, hairs are running. Feet are tight. Here we go. Lights off on pace truck. Green, white, checkered attempt number 1 here. Bulls is out front with Vincent. They're on an older set of tires. Way older set of tires. Hammond is in the catbird seat with a new set. But they, actually, Gruschmeicher right there too with the new set, along with Cole Machetsky. So those 3 even set of tires.
Then behind them as well, Remy, he's not on that same set as him, but Phillips, he's on a new set.
All right, folks, here we go. Tighten it up. Hold on to your popcorn tight. It's about to get interesting here in Las Vegas. Spartan Simracing. Pace trucks in. Man up front, Bulls. Can he pull this miracle off here tonight with Vincent? Green, white, checkered attempt 1.
Green flag.
We are racing. Hammond did get a start. He spun just a little bit, it looked like, right there. But he still was able to hang on to it. And here he comes to the inside.
Yeah, Vincent was clear to second. Still is clear to second. Boyle shot out to the lead, though. Grutzmacher just on that quarter panel on Hammond.
Yeah. Hammond needs to go, man. He needs to get going. He needs to see if he can fire to the inside there of Vincent. The problem is on the outside, he's got Gruschmeicher there along with him. Those guys, man, are going to go neck and neck. Hammond just cannot. This is what Bulls wants to see. White flag. Well, they all correct at this point. Can Bulls hang on? If Hammond can't clear Vincent this time out of this turn, it is over. Vincent has done what he needed to do. Track position, man, for Boyles is going to hang on.
Still fighting on that inside. Grutzmacher going all the way to the wall to try to get momentum, possibly snipe a 3rd place.
And out of the turn, coming to the line, Boyles pulls it off. Hammonds does hold on to 2nd. Vincent there in 3rd. What a finish to those guys. Man, what a way to finish it off here tonight. Woo! Awesome.
Wild, right? Very good finish. You definitely saw that tires versus track position. Vincent, very good holding off Hammonds there. Definitely saved Boyles.
Mm-hmm. Nice. All right. Bring some of these guys up here and get a word with them. We'll bring old Vincent up here and let's get a word with him.
Vincent, this is the boys up in the booth. You got a copy?
I got you.
Well, came home 3rd. You were up towards the front almost all the whole race there. You had a little bit of momentum, a little bit of a moment towards the start and fell back, but managed to claw your way back to the top. How's it feel?
Car felt great. Yeah, spun on one of the restarts. Had to dig my way out of a big hole, but car was amazing. What a rocket ship.
Ship indeed. You were sitting there, final restart, you and Boyle side by side. Had the oldest group of tires there in the top 5 with 300 guys right behind you. How hard were you trying to hold them off?
Not gonna lie, I drove the wheels off this thing. I took 2 tires on the last stop, hoping to try to jump the field. And the plan was to try to be the first car with fresh tires in front of the 4 that stayed out, but it happens. Racing incident.
Came home 3rd. Hammonds had the rocket ship, it seemed like, but battle it out as hard as you could. You got something for him, Joe?
What a run. That's all I gotta say. I mean, hey, what a heck of a run on those older tires. I mean, that was fantastic.
Thank you. I'd like to thank Team Watson. They come out with a great set every week, and tonight was no less.
There you go, man. That's old Chris Vinson, man. Out front, come up in third there. Like you said, he able to hold them off here. Hammonds, it was coming. Just kind of ran out of time. Let's get a word with him.
Boys up in the booth, you got a copy?
I got you loud and clear.
Well, you ended up second there. Very interesting final couple of restarts. You were the furthest up ahead with 4 fresh tires and managed to drive it up. How were you feeling on that final restart, though, sitting right there with only 2 cars in front of you?
I was feeling pretty confident. I knew that I had the best tire situation, and I knew that Chris, my teammate, wasn't gonna race me too aggressive. So I figured I could make a good run at it. Unfortunately, just ran out of time there. But congrats to Justin. He made a good call there, and it worked out for him.
Yeah, just a little bit longer. We were talking about it before that final caution came out, the second to last caution, about what we think would be best for you. What would you have thought would have been the best case scenario for you to even get the win for the race?
Best case scenario for me, I think, was if we would have gone green after 11 to go when we all pit. I think I would have had a pretty good shot there. Just figured. I knew there was probably going to be a caution, but I didn't trust myself on 2 as much as I trusted myself to cut through traffic on 4. So, I still would have made the same call going back. Goes how it goes, though.
I mean, it does. Joe, you got something you want to talk to him about?
I'll tell you what, I just ran out of time, like you said there, but you had those newer tires. I mean, I've said many times here, track position really matters. At any point, did you feel like that those tires that you had on there could overcome that here tonight?
Yeah, I was confident that I could the entire time. I knew we had a fast car. The Team Watson guys did a great job with the setup this weekend. It was a rocket. I mean, I'm sure y'all saw how many of us were up there on the front, at the front. But yeah. I was confident the entire time. Even when I was back there in 9th, I knew I could cut through traffic pretty well.
Hey, look good. Anybody you want to thank?
Yeah, just again, huge shout out to everyone at Team Watson for these setups, for making everything, setting our teams up and all of that. They do a great job with it. Big shout out to my teammates, Chris Vinson, Jarrett Feltman. They did a great job of working with me throughout the race. Huge thanks to them. We did a great job as a team tonight.
There you go, Hammond bringing her home, man. In second place, this guy, he was held them all. Justin, join the booth. You got a copy?
I got you, man.
Well, you was able to hold them guys off up front there. Was you a little worried, though, on those older tires?
Well, I took 2. One thing that we did have plenty of knowledge on was how they acted in a heat cycle. So I knew it'd fire off okay. Once we got to the green-white checker situation, I thought it'd be fine for 2 laps.
Held him off. Was you a little worried there, though, if he was able to get clear? I mean, because that was looked like the problem, is able to get cleared on the second-place guy. If he got clear, was able to get to your bumper.
Well, my biggest concern was 3 and 4. I felt like I was really good in 1 and 2. I could roll that middle groove really well. 3 and 4 was a struggle for me all night. Just struggled being tight up there. So, I mean, yeah, if he got clear, he might have been able to throw one in there into 3 and get to my inside and might have been able to drag race him. But luckily, they fought each other, so I didn't worry about it.
Absolutely. Held on to it tonight, man. Got anything there, Wes?
I mean, not just that final restart, but where you started, you got up 29 positions from 30th to get this win. Starting that deep in the field, did you have a feeling about what you were going to do, how to make your way up, or were you just going to take chances under the cautions?
Well, yeah, we started way further back than we wanted to, and I think I was last or next to last on like lap 5 and just kind of riding around, and then I found a way to get myself into that first wreck over there in 3 and 4. So it's just a game of patience, hoping everything shakes out the way you need it to. Once I got up around 15, I was able to kind of stay inside the top 15 and just kind of slowly worked my way up, and then got there at the end where we're there. So it worked out.
Well, low and quiet climb is not bad in the slightest. Get yourself in decent position, then just trust the process, I guess. You got anyone you want to shout out before we let you go?
Yeah, I'll just shout out my team, Flashpoint, Dakota, Tim, Chad. I know they didn't get the finish they wanted tonight. Just getting caught up in messes, but we worked hard during the week to get these cars right. Especially Chad, he's kind of our setup guy. He kind of points us in the right direction, and we all work together and make sure we bring a good car. So shout out to those guys. I apologize for the contact down there in turn 1 with the 6. I know he's frustrated with me, but I felt like that was my best chance to make the move. Got it 3 wide, and then me and the 8 came together, and it just ran us all up the hill. So, I certainly wasn't trying to mess anybody's day up, but yeah, had to go for it.
Well, there you go. The man bringing her home tonight, man, Justin Boyles. And let's look at that final results order, because it was a thriller here tonight. Wes, obviously some cautions out there, but these guys brought it down to the wire here at the end, being a green-white checkered.
Being a green-white checkered, I'd say it definitely was good. I'm good hard racing, and not only that, but Boyle said his best lap on that final lap.
Ow. Yeah, and that goes back to what we talked about all race long. Track position there, was key, and it was there at the end. But folks, I hope you enjoyed it. Spartan Simracing League Master Series here tonight from Las Vegas. The man, Justin Boyles, pulls it home. But for myself and everyone, have a good night.